Okay, so let's talk about something that might just flip everything you thought you knew about money completely on its head. We're going to dive into a pretty radical idea today, a concept that could totally reframe how you approach your finances from here on out.
And boom, this quote right here, it gets right to the absolute heart of it. It's not about if you save, it's about how you save. And that simple, tiny difference is the key, It suggests that there are two completely different financial games being played.
So that leads us right into this idea of the great money divide. We're going to unpack the two totally opposite philosophies that this points to. You've got one side playing defense, just trying to protect what they have, and then you've got the other side playing offense, focused entirely on growth.
Just take a look at this comparison. It's so simple, but so powerful. On the left, you see that classic defensive move, cutting back on small stuff. The daily coffee. It's all about reduction, it's reactive. But look at the right. That's the offensive strategy. It's proactive. The focus is on building systems and investing. The goal isn't just to spend less, it's to create a financial engine that literally grows by itself.
All right, so this is where things get a little controversial. We're told over and over that the path to getting wealthy is just paved with saving every single penny. But what if that's actually a myth? Or, at the very least, just a really incomplete picture? Let's dig into that.
So here's the core argument, the thing that might feel a little weird to hear. Saving, by itself, is not going to make you wealthy. Now hold on, that doesn't mean saving is bad. Of course not. It's absolutely crucial for having a safety net. But it's just the starting line, it's not the whole race. With inflation constantly eating away at your cash, you just can't shrink your way to a fortune. You have to actively build one.
Okay, so if just stashing cash in a savings account is only part of the story, what's the rest of it? Well, the answer is all about creating a proactive, wealth-building machine. And this isn't just a random list of tips, it's a real, cohesive, three-part system that's designed for powerful, consistent growth.
And here's how that system breaks down. Step 1 is to build systems. This is all about automation, the set it and forget it magic. Think about setting up an automatic transfer, say $50 a week, from your checking to a low-cost index fund. Your wealth is literally growing in the background. Then, step 2, invest consistently. This is how you take all the emotion and the guesswork out of it. It's about being disciplined, investing regularly, no matter what the news or the markets are doing. And that brings us to the really cool part. Step 3, make money work for you. This is where compounding kicks in, that incredible process where your investments start earning their own returns. It creates this amazing snowball of growth. Your money is no longer just sitting there. It's an active employee working for you 24/7.
So we've talked about the how, right? That three-part system. But just as important, maybe even more important, is the mindset that actually powers the whole thing. You can have the best car engine in the world, but it's not going anywhere without the right fuel. And in this case, that fuel is your mindset. And that's what we're calling the Wealth Foundation. It's really built on 3 pillars. First, smart habits. That's the automated system we just talked about. Second, discipline. That's the commitment to stick with it even when it feels boring. And third, long-term thinking. Having the patience to let your system work its magic over years, not just days. This foundation right here is what supports real, sustainable wealth. All right, we've gone through the big idea, the system, the mindset behind it all. Now comes the most important part. How do you actually do this? This is where we turn all this theory into your personal reality. When you boil it all down, it comes to this. This is the whole thing right here. It's not save more, have more. It's an active process. You build the habits first, and the wealth follows as a direct result of those habits. If you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this idea. And that leaves us with a question for you. Because it's one thing to listen to all this, but change only really happens when you take action. So as you look at your own finances, what's one small thing, a transfer, an investment, maybe even a bill payment, that you can put on autopilot this week to start